Welcome back to The Big Show. It's Alex Belfield talking to my favourite people and some of the world's biggest stars. And with me now, Jodie Prenger, how are you?
What can I say? After a build-up like that, I'm fabulous.
Here we are at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane, and I don't know how to say this. It's a bit awkward.
Why is it awkward?
Because I don't want to embarrass myself, and I don't want to embarrass you. Is it okay if I go ahead? I just don't want to cause a problem.
I can see a tear welling up. Are you all right there? Do you want a hanky?
Will you marry me?
Oh, God, I've got to get killed by Bill. I'm sorry. If I didn't have a date with Bill tonight to get my head bludgeoned, I would, but, you know, it's just not the time for me.
You are fabulous, you're delicious, you're entertaining, you're a big personality, you're everything that the West End deserves, and you're one of the few who's come from these reality shows who's going to make it, and you're going to be around forever because you can deliver. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. That's really, it's an absolute honour to, I mean, it's always been my dream to ever be on the West End. And when I always say, when you stood next to Rowan Atkinson and Bern Gorman, I think, am I having a freaky dream? I ate cheese before I've gone to bed or something. Do you ever do that? What is it when you eat cheese and then you go to, anyway, back to the subject. I'm so scatty. But it is an absolute honour, and the cast are brilliant. And then, of course, I went to do Les Mis before, so I really have been welcomed in with open arms in the West End, and I couldn't ask for more. I really couldn't.
And is it nice going in at the top? I mean, you've not really had to fight. You've come into a show that sells out.
Yeah, I think it's got swings and roundabouts about that, hasn't it? Because you can go in at the top and you've got so much more to risk to lose, rather than starting to work your way up. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I tried for so many years to get on the West End and kept getting knocked back, and that's what I always say to the people I meet at the stage door. You just keep on knocking, because one day that door's going to open. I feel a tear coming on now. No, but it's true, and I think if you always have a dream, always go and carry out and fulfil your dream, because dreams do come true. They do, Alex, they do.
I know, but what if you're just that moron on X Factor that everybody's laughing at, and really you should go and be a builder?
Join in and laugh with them, that's what I If you're a builder, isn't there a part for you like the YMCA or something like that? Just grow a tash and you're there. I think, I never understand that. Do you? Do you not? You can kind of hear yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy singing. I know I ain't no Beyonce, but I love telling a story with a song. And I think either they are tone deaf, but you wonder how they hear you talk, don't you?
But again, in this business, it's so difficult because the amount of rejection letters you get. You know, if you want to see my pals, I mean, everybody's told me I'm rubbish and don't.
I want to see your piles. I'm not a doctor, Alex. I don't really want to see that this early on in the day. Keep them to yourself.
This marriage thing's not going well, is it?
No, not if you tell me you've got piles. No.
And here we are then, sat in Star Dressing Room number 1 at this huge, great, big, whopping theatre. How does it feel when you look out and that pin focuses on you and it's all about Jodie singing those big numbers?
I always say there's not been a single night that I've gone out and I've been nervous every single time, and there's not been a single night when I get bored of singing As Long As He Needs Me. And trust me, I have sang it a lot of times, but every single time's different. And especially when I do the show, every single time's different, because one, there's 3 groups of kids, so there's all this interaction with the kids, and every scene I do is with they're gorgeous. They are my children. And sometimes, I shouldn't really say this, but we have a competition of who can say SpongeBob SquarePants to me without anyone seeing. But it just keeps it alive, and it keeps it, we have a laugh on stage. We really do, and I'm very, very proud, just as much to be working with Rowan Atkinson and Byrne and Julian Glover and Julian Bleach as I am with the kids, because they are just, to get out there at that age and stand in front of, over 2,000 people every single night.
The physical warm-up is about to take place.
Physical warm-up, and I'm sat here, so we have to, that's what a lot of people don't know. We're in the theatre, on a matinee at 1:15. We have a massive physical warm-up. We have a massive vocal warm-up.
I'm thinking we could physically warm up together.
Now, not with your piles. You might strain yourself.
And you're right about the kids, though. I mean, the first time I saw Billy Elliot, I thought, how do they do it? And then I came to see this just a couple of months ago. And again, it's just so inspiring that these kids love it so much, because I don't think they could do it with such heart if they didn't.
No, and I also think it's a great thing, if kids want to get involved in a local theatre school, it's just such a fantastic experience for them. I mean, we have, on the opening scene, I think there's about 50 children on stage, and they love it. They call me Auntie Jodie. It's hysterical. They are absolutely credits to the parents, couple of naughty ones, but they're the fun ones, aren't they? I get them in trouble when I talk to them and stuff like that, but they are very, very well-behaved children.
I'll tell you why you're sat here today. It's because you've got a big gob and a big set of lungs.
Oh, thank you. You said the nicest things. You started off well, but you're going downhill.
Piles and a big gob. It's not really going well.
Not really.
But you've got a twinkle in your eye, and I think that's what people saw on the programme with Graham. You lived up to it, and you've got to be a bit naughty to be Nancy, because she's not a shrinking violet, is she?
No, she's not. And especially when she stands up at the end to the guy she's been in love with for years and got belted down by. It takes a lot to risk your life on the love of a child, but that's what Nancy is. She's a diamond in the rough, and she's just such a great character. Like the Papa, I love doing that song, getting the whole pub going. It's just, if you've not seen it, obviously you have. It's quite raunchy in bits, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing about you. If you don't mind me saying, you're gorgeous and all that, but you're a bit mucky as well.
Oh, thanks. I had a wash this morning as well. And to brush my teeth, especially.
But you've got to have that, haven't you? Because she's a woman that's been around the houses and slept in most of them.
She has, because Nancy is a lady of the night, shall we say. Yeah, she is. And that's the thing with Oliver. The story of it is so dark, and it's set in such a dark era. And it's amazing how Lionel Bart brings these magical songs that keep in your head for weeks. We've had people come back. We've already had people come to the show like 6-7 times. It's fantastic. And so I went home and I was singing Pick a Pocket, and I was singing that Papa for ages. But that's what it is. It's a really dark story. And Nancy, like I said, is a lady of the night. Bill's like a robber. Fagin, works a load of kids to go rob off people. But the music and the good feels factor that comes out of it that's what Oliver's all about.
Alex Belfield, you have been warned.